Hi guys, it's Alpha Blue and you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome. So guys, this is another pre-week Euro USD fundamental and technical analysis. We're going to go over this lovely pair I love to trade, and I'll give you the forecast of what we should expect in this new week, and let's see what the market gives us. In fact, right now the market is already opened and we have the new candle, a new daily candle already formed right here. So, but before we start analyzing this pair, let's just go over last week. Last week was quite a slow week. As you can see, all of this range right here, it was last week's price movement. I think the only day that one could have gotten an entry last week was Monday, and uh well, if you're trading my technique or my trading style, or you follow my setup criteria and all of that, I would have only been able to get a trade on Monday and Friday, but I wasn't able to get any trade. In fact, on Friday, this was a trading opportunity that I would have jumped into, but then I got stopped out once and I didn't bother to look for another entry. I was just done for the week. So let me mark out uh the price action for last week. So we see how it is. So it opened on Sunday here and then closed here. So in between these two green vertical lines, in between these two green vertical lines, that was the price action of last week. So as you can see, almost throughout last week, it was just ranging. On Monday, there was this very clean, strong move where one would have been able to get in. On Tuesday, we had this strong rally to the upside. This would have been also a very good trade for many people, but it didn't really give me a pullback for me to jump into the trade. So I just watched it run all the way up. Then from Wednesday, Thursday, all of this messy, choppy movement. Excuse me. Then on Friday, we had this very strong bullish push to the upside, of which it gave multiple entry opportunities actually. But when I just got stopped out once, I just decided that that was it for the week. Now, if I go to the daily time frame, you'll see how it is. Now you see that most of it was just ranging, unlike this particular week where we have very strong bullish moves for over 1 to 3 days. Here we have very strong bearish moves for 2 days. But if you see, this particular week was just very choppy. Price didn't really move that much. It was just ranging. So most of the times, the way I trade, I don't usually enjoy a ranging market like this. It doesn't give me many opportunities to enter the trade. So that was how last week was. So now that it's another fresh week, let's see how the market behaves. Let's hope that the market gives us opportunity to enter and make money. So before we start the technical analysis, let's look at the fundamental side of things. Let's see what the market will give us. Let's see what the economic events are for this fresh week. Let me set it. Today is 23rd. So from 23rd to Friday 28th. Okay, so tomorrow, Monday bank holidays, nothing much. Tuesday we have one red event for USD, CB consumer confidence. Then Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, we have advanced GDP and unemployment claims on Thursday. Then Friday, unemployment cost index. So this week is quite calm. There's nothing really much going on. We have 2 free days, Monday and Wednesday. So this week is kind of light. It's not very jam-packed with. It's not really full with red events. So this is how the fundamentals for the week will look like. As we progress on each and every day, we'll still check and see what's up. So having done that, let's come back to the chart. Let's come back to the chart and see what we can do. Now, last week I learned something, and it was after I got stopped out on this trade that I got to like add something to my trading criteria and all. Always, and that is to always reference or look at the DXY before placing my trades on the EU. To always look at the DXY to see what the DXY is doing before I jump into trades on EU. Now, in case you don't know why I'm saying that, the reason why I'm saying that is because the DXY is inversely correlated to the Euro USD. It's inversely correlated to the Euro USD. So what that means is if Euro USD is going up, that means DXY is going down. So anything that the DXY is doing, Euro USD is doing exactly opposite of that thing. So if you're looking to buy Euro USD, so you need to check reference on DXY to make sure that DXY is at a point where it wants to sell. So if DXY is at a point where it actually wants to sell, that means you know that yes, this buy that I'm looking to enter on Euro USD is valid and is most likely going to hold. You get? So now let's go to the DXY. Now this is the DXY. Oh, sorry, that's BTC. Now this is DXY on the 4-hour time frame. You see the same range that I was showing you and complaining about on Euro USD. You can see the range here. So last week on Friday, I had placed my sell limit on Euro USD. I got tapped into that sell limit on Euro USD, but on the DXY, price had not yet tapped a supply zone or another block. It was still yet to reach that other block and mitigate it. So even though it had reached the supply zone on Euro USD, it had not yet reached, no, even though it had reached the demand zone in this case, because this was the supply right here on DXY. So I was expecting that when price comes here, it was going to sell off. So on DXY, price had not yet reached this supply zone, whereas on Euro USD, price had reached the demand zone I was looking to buy from. So I now entered my buy. Then next thing, it stalled a bit, and then the EXY pushed up and tapped the supply zone before started selling. Now, this push up that DXY did to tap the supply zone before it started selling was what took me out of my Euro USD before Euro USD started buying. I don't know if you get this. I just hope that you get this. Now, let me go back. Let me go to Euro USD and show you the exact uh, thing I'm talking about. Now, this is Euro USD, right? Now, on Friday during the London Open, price had already reached. Look at the demand zone here, the order block here. You see this last bearish candle before the very strong push to the upside that broke structure right here, right? So I marked my order block. I marked my order block right here. And then I was waiting for price to tap it, then we wait for the buy. You get? Now, after price had tapped it, I bought and then I looked for a confirmatory entry on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute. Then I bought it. But then my stop loss was tight actually. My stop loss was tight. This was the other block I looked for entry on the 1 minute right here. Look at it, this last bearish candle before the bullish candle that broke this range right here, right? So this was the last bearish candle, right? So it gave us a very strong push to the upside, this bullish candle. So when I saw this, I drew this range here as my other block, and then I placed my sell limit. So I got tapped in, I guess around here. I got tapped in here, and then price started to push up, which was good. I was like, okay, this is finally a good trade. But my initial stop loss was right here. This was my stop loss. And that's a mistake because it's too tight. I mean, this was just like 3 point something pips or 4 point something pips stop loss. Whereas this was 7 pips stop loss. I mean, there's no harm in having a 7 pips stop loss. But this was where my stop loss was. Then price started going into my direction. Next thing I just saw that price just slapped my SL. Boom, came all the way down before it started buying. And it bought. I mean, look at the buy. Look at the crazy buy. So what happened was that I lost this trade. And I later found out that why I lost this trade was that while Euro USD was already in its demand zone right here, while Euro USD had already tapped its demand zone right here, this tap right here, while it tapped its demand zone right here and started giving us this change of character to the upside, DXY had not yet tapped its supply zone. DXY had not yet tapped its supply zone. Let's look at DXY. Come on, why are you doing this? Why is it on the 1 minute? Okay. Now, while Euro USD had tapped its demand zone, DXY had not yet tapped its demand zone. Now, look at this movement right here. The whole of this movement you see right here. No, I don't think this is. The whole of this movement you see happened right here. This movement right here is what you saw on Euro USD, that choppy movement that was seeming like a change of character to the upside. Whereas it had not yet happened on DXY. So while Euro USD had tapped its demand zone, I was giving me something that looked like a change of character to the upside. DXY had not yet tapped its supply. This is DXY supply right here. This rectangle that I drew here. This is DXY supply. So if only I looked at my DXY that morning and found out that while Euro USD was already in its supply, DXY was just giving us something like this whole movement outside of it. While Euro USD was already at its demand zone ready to buy, DXY was just doing this thing. It had not yet tapped in here. So it pushed to the upside, tapped its supply, and sold off. And that was when Euro USD now did this. After giving very clear change of character to the upside, it still came all the way down and cleared everything before it finally started buying. So this is one very, very important lesson. In fact, this thing is not emphasized on most of the time. For all of you guys that trade only Euro USD outside there like I do, this is something you should always be considering. This is something you should always consider while trading because it's going to help you like prevent you from being stopped out a lot of times. A lot of times. Euro USD is, I don't know the number, how perfectly correlated it is, but to a very, very large degree, it's very, very like it's I wouldn't say perfectly, but then it inversely correlates with DXY. So anything that you want to do on Euro USD, make sure you confirm on the DXY to make sure that the DXY is willing to do or ready to do the opposite. Then you're sure that, okay, you're going to have a smooth trade. If not, you'll get to see something like this happen to you. So, having pointed out that, let's move on right now to our weekly analysis. Let's see what's up. Now, this is DXY. Let's start with the DXY. DXY on the monthly time frame. This is what DXY looks like on the monthly time frame. It has been bearish for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 months. Then we're beginning to we got a little correction. February was a little correction. Then March continued the bearish move. April, we're still having the bearish move. I'm predicting that this month is still going to be bearish. Probably we get to see the XY push down and give a stronger bearish candle, to the downside. Probably gets to now the month is almost over. I don't think it will tap this level here, this 99.521 level. But then let's see how it goes. But for the DXY, I anticipate or I predict that the market will continue being bearish, of course, because of a lot of the fundamental aspect of things. Now, if the DXY is bearish, that means we expect that Euro USD will be bullish. So let's go to the weekly. You see how very clean for the past how many weeks, very strong bearish movements for the past many weeks. Then on the daily, now let's get in on the daily and see what's up. Very clear bearish trend, very, very clear bearish trend has been respecting multiple supply zones. This is the supply zone it respected last week. So from what I see right now, price should come in, clear all of this liquidity and push down into this level So let's see how the week plays out. Let's see how the week plays out. So this is a liquidity area that I do. That price is expected to clear. This particular liquidity, price has taken it out right here. Price are taking it out right here. So price action for the week, I'm expecting to see something like this. Just like this, like this, like this. So let's see if we can get this during this week, or it may push up to the upside then before it comes down. But bearish, bearish, bearish. Especially that we have, look at this, guys, look at this. Especially that we have this very big imbalance to fill. Very, very big imbalance to fill. Let me save this. Especially that we have this very big imbalance to fill. So I strongly believe that Euro USD should be, bearish for this peak. So that would mean that I strongly believe that DXY will be bearish, which will mean that Euro USD will be bullish for this week and probably towards the end of to complete this month. So that's it for DXY. Let me go to Euro USD now. Let's do the main stuff and see what we are expecting. Now this is Euro. Euro USD is going to buy. You know why? Let me get rid of these lines because there's still a liquidity that Euro USD has not cleared. This equal high right here is still a liquidity that Euro USD has not cleared, and of course we still have this imbalance right here. We still have this imbalance that price will still want to come and take or feel. And look at this liquidity I do up here. So let's start from the monthly though and see what's happening. As I told you, inverse to the DXY, so Euro USD you expect it to be what? Bullish. This is a trend line. Probably price will want to come and test this trend line again, That's something that can happen because EU is bullish. Then weekly, let's see how the week looks like. Strong or more just choppy sided bullish moves for the past weeks. Daily. Now there's a supply zone that was respected on the daily. That was the reason for this strong move to the downside. Look at it right here. This supply price pushed strongly down, a clean order block, and then price came back, tapped it, and then gave us a strong push to the downside also. So this is what it looks like. Now, what do you expect for this week? This whole area right here is more of like a support that this price came and touched and is respecting and pushing to the upside. So what I expect to see is I expect to see Euro USD probably come down a bit before it pushes all the way up. So it pushes all the way up. Let me save that. So this is what I'm expecting to see on Euro USD. Liquidity imbalance, overall macro structure bullish, fundamental wise bullish, and then that should be it. That should be it. So let's go to the lower time frame and see if there's any demand zone below that price will want to come and test before it pushes to the upside. There's not really any clear demand zone. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Nothing really clear. The only thing, this line, let me remove this line. So the only strong is this one right here. So this is the only strong order block or demand zone or area that I'll be expecting to see price come into. Then we watch the price action, but this is too close. I don't think this will hold. Likely to come all the way down and then do its thing down here. Let's just see how it goes. But we'll wait for tomorrow, Monday, and see how the market plays out. Then we look for this. We look for this to play out. But this is what my bias is for this week. Euro USD continue its bullish move. Fundamentally supports the bias. The fundamental support the bias. The technical analysis is there. Long-term bullish trend. Equal highs liquidity. Imbalance to fill. Look right here, another imbalance to fill. Right here, another imbalance to fill. So that's just it. So let's just wait for the pullbacks. Let's wait to see the markets take a break, correct itself, and then set up for the new bullish move. So this is what I'm expecting this week. Let's see how it goes. Let me go to the DXY and see if there's anything that will attract this market on the DXY. Now DXY2, okay, probably we can say that this is a trend line liquidity that market may want to come and take this whole stuff here. Probably, I don't know. Maybe the trend line liquidity that market may come and take out before it pushes down. Let's see on the 5 minutes. Nothing serious. Or will I say this? Something to look at. It didn't give a major change of structure. So it's not really something I'll consider. But will it come back all the way here? We never can tell. Let's just see how the market does. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it plays out. So this is it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I know this is quite long, longer than usual, but if you were able to stick to the end, I'm sure you must have got a lot of value, a lot of value. And I recall the earlier lesson I shared about comparing your Euro USD to DXY before you take your trade at all times. That is very, very important. Make sure you always do that. Make sure you always do that. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you're able to get some value from this video. If you got some value, please don't forget to like, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe guys. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop my new video. And this is a daily series. I do this every day. Euro USD fundamental and technical analysis. And I also drop some nuggets, some psychology tips and trading hacks that will help you become a better trader generally. So guys, I hope this was helpful. Cheers and see you in the next one.